Hello and welcome to another episode of a crazy little thing called Lovdev. Today's episode is 138 Baby Shakes.
It's a crazy little thing called Lovdev. Yeah. It's a crazy little thing called love. Oh yeah. Come on, let's laugh and find out what today's episode is about.
I supported Joe Enright the other day at her gig in Stourbridge. I don't think I was the type of comedian they were expecting. Me and Joe are very different acts. I reckon I was just a little bit too dark for them. I went into my material about 9/11, and some of them looked at me like I wanted to get involved. I don't want to get involved, people. That's not me. I'm not like that. Do you know what I mean? I think a lot of people take some certain jokes to heart. Maybe it's just me. I'm not sure, but I do feel like that at times. It's strange, though, to see that. How the way people react towards certain bits of your material. I do believe these days you can't really say anything in comedy. Anything you say is offensive to somebody in the room. So I've decided to change my material just a teeny weeny bit. I kind of tweaked it. The other day I did a preview for my show, which I forgot to plug. I'm doing a show, I'm doing Half Soaked again. My solo show, Half Soaked, is coming to Nottingham Comedy Festival on Friday the 1st of November at a place called The Embankment. Tickets are only £10 and it starts at 7:30. If you want more info, go to Nottingham Comedy Festival. You'll just Google that in and you'll find the link. And there are tickets available to my show. I don't know how many I've sold. Probably not sold any. Let's be honest. Who wants to see me? Apart from myself. Anyway, I did this preview show. And it was a lot of fun. There weren't many in, I'll be honest. There's around 20 odd people. They enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. Hopefully, 10% of that room will come to my show. Because I think there were some people who were like, I like this guy. He doesn't care what he says on stage. And I mentioned that a couple of times. The funniest thing was, when I got to the venue, I was looking around and thinking, oh no, I haven't even got any posters. Like, what am I going to do? I ain't got nothing. So I just had an old flyer for Buxton Comedy Festival. And I said, I can give you this, but it says Buxton Comedy Festival. So don't go to that, otherwise that will be proper weird. And I think the audience like that I was just mucking about. I had a lot of fun now, but I am supporting Joe Enright again this Monday. I believe it's sold out. There's like 3 tickets left. If you want to come to that and you're in Birmingham, it's going to be at the Hockley Social Club in Hockley, obviously, because it's called Hockley Social. And I don't know how much the tickets are, but I think they're about 11 quid. I'll be supporting her again. And that's on Monday, the day this podcast comes out. I know a lot of you wait for this podcast to come out. So if you are in Birmingham or you're not too far and you think, you know what, I'm going to go see this Lovdev, I like his podcast, come down to Birmingham, my hometown, and you can catch me and Joe on stage. I believe it starts at 8 p.m. Only a couple of tickets are remaining. If you go onto my socials, you will be able to find it. Or just type in Josephine Enright or Hockley Social and have a look on their events, and it should be on there. I wanted to mention about my vacuum washer. It's been playing up. I can't seem to get it to spin. The cat has been doing her nonsense again. Just leaving a mess everywhere. Like, the car, you've got a tray. I don't understand why my cat doesn't use the tray. Now she just thinks, like, oh, I can go anywhere I want. No, you can't go anywhere you want. It's annoying me. So I've had to end up keep washing my carpet. And now the carpet washer doesn't even spin. So I can't even clean my carpet. I'm proper annoyed right now. Do you know what I haven't done in ages? I haven't done this.
He's always got a funny thing to say on radio. My fellow Americans and United Kingdom, and everybody else out there, it's time for No Stupid Question.
Thank you, Donald DJ Trumpy Trump. Hope your election is going smoothly well. I'm not even watching the news, so I don't know what's happening in America. Same old politics, isn't it? It's like that everywhere. I don't even want to talk about politics. It's that bad. And so as I was mentioning, no stupid questions. I haven't done it for a while. So I thought, let's do one. I do like this one. It's the top of the page on the Reddit forum. Brought to you by Demented_Sandwich. His no stupid question is a very funny one. The question he asks is, when can you start shaking a baby? I don't know, man. Are you even allowed to shake a baby? I don't think you can shake a baby at any time, unless they're choking and you've got to do the Heineken maneuver to release whatever's in their gob, so therefore you kind of are shaking them. Or if you're actually annoyed because they're not going to sleep and you just want to give them a little tap. I don't even know if I'm allowed to say tap. Demented Sandwich says, he's 19, happy birthday, and I can be shaken, but babies will get their brains severely injured if shaken. Evidently, you grow out of it at some point. When is that and why is that? Only babies can't be shaken. This is definitely a no stupid question. I'm sure, Demented Sandwich, you already know the answer to this. Isn't it to do with the development of the baby? Their backs aren't as strong as they get older. So where they're a bit floppy, you can't shake the baby because the neck's going to go everywhere, isn't it? You're going to end up damaging the baby. Well, I don't even know if you'll damage a baby because they haven't even got a back, have they? No, babies do have a back. Is it something to do with their necks? Is it the neck muscles or bones that are not formed properly? So therefore you can't shake a baby. Why would you want to shake a baby anyway? I'm just quite intrigued about that question. Are they asking that because if you shake a baby, their brains can get injured? Or is it to do with their joints? I don't know what he's on about, but mate, you can't shake a baby. I've tried. I got arrested. You can't do it. I want to see what people have said about this question. Somebody called Professional Chair. If your entire body was lifted up and shaken about with the same ease and vigor people can lift and manhandle babies, you're likely to die from that too. For some reason, I've just pictured myself getting shaked. I think they want to know, when can you start shaking a baby? I wouldn't even shake a toddler. A 2, 3, 4, 5-year-old. You just can't shake a baby, mate. Unless, I don't know, maybe if they're over the age of 8. But they're not babies then, are they, when they're 8 years old? It's a funny question, but it's a bit of a bizarre one, mate. I think when you have your own child, you just instantly know that you can't shake the baby. There is no way you're going to pick up a baby and start shaking it. I mean, sometimes you see kids do it, though, don't you? You know, when you see children playing with their dolls and they're shaking the baby. I've seen my daughter do it when she was younger, just shaking a little baby. But you can't do that, mate. I mean, you're 19, you're still young yourself. Wait till you get your own children. How about when you get your own kids, yeah? Have a baby, and then when you think it's time to shake it, come back on Reddit forum, and then you can just, like, give us all feedback. The only time I shaked a baby, well, not shaked a baby, come to think of it, I've already told you guys this a million times. I think it was the time I saved my sister from choking on a marble. I didn't actually shake her, though. I kind of did. I started hitting her on her back. I could get done for abuse for saying that, innit? Oh, God, that's hilarious. Oh, mate. One thing I actually do need to shake is my head. my own head. I need to start shaking it. I know I'm losing air. I'm losing air now faster than I've ever lost it. It's heartbreaking, man. Bald people out there would know what I'm on about. People who've had hair and it's just naturally fallen out would know what it feels like. It's not a nice feeling. It's probably one of the worst feelings I've had about myself. I mean, I've never really been bothered about myself. You know, obviously, yeah, like everyone, oh, we need to lose a bit of weight and stuff. But generally, I've been quite happy with the way I look. Not being naive or anything, but I thought, is it time I got myself a hair transplant? I've got to be careful what I say because sometimes, you know, your phone listens to you and then you get targeted adverts. And a friend of mine, as another comedian, he said to me, he said, you got the look, you see. He said, because I've even thought about going bald at one point, and he said, nah, don't do that. He said, if you go bald, you're going to look rough on stage. And he said, because you got nice hair and you got that melon streak in your head, people going to, you know, I look approachable. He said, if you're on stage, you're not going to look approachable. So now I'm thinking, oh, God. So this morning, after the gym, I went to the Afro-Caribbean beauty shops. We have them in the UK, right? I'm sure you got them wherever you guys are listening, maybe. I don't know. So it's all products that Black and Asian people tend to use. And I went in there and I bought some Jamaican black castor oil. Because I seen somebody recommended it. They said, get this Jamaican black castor oil, man. It'll make your hair grow back. Mate, if it makes me grow an afro, I'm keeping it. I don't care. If I don't have to go to Turkey and just get my head stabbed up, I'm happy to do that. I'm happy to keep putting this oil on my head and keep an afro. I really don't care. I'd rather have an afro than be bald. So I bought that. And I came up with a joke today. The joke is, I'm going to work hard to get a hair transplant. I'm putting the graft in. Way, that's a good pun, I think. I don't know. I'll put it on Facebook. I got 6 likes. But you know what? Sometimes Facebook doesn't even tell you the truth, so you're better off trying it on stage. So I wrote that joke, funny enough. I know, terrible. I'm going to move swiftly on with another segment of the show, and I absolutely doing this. It's Am I?
Truth, am I the a-hole? Tell me the truth, am I the a-hole?
Tell me the truth, am I the a-hole? Let's see if this person is an actual a-hole. The a-hole has been posted by Sugary Britches. I think it's a girl. Sugary Britches. And they are saying, am I the a-hole for not inviting my brother to my son's graduation? Because he made it all about his new girlfriend. Brackets again. Is your brother like a bit of a show-off? Sounds like he's... I mean, it's your son's graduation, so it should be his big day. No one else's. Yours, your partner's, and your son's. And obviously your brother's there to celebrate. But why is he making a big thing about his new girlfriend? Or does he always have a new girlfriend? What an uncle he is, eh? That's a proper role model, that is, man. If I had an uncle like that who was just so laid back and he's like, yeah, mate, look, got a new girlfriend, I'd be like, wow, I wish I was like you, uncle. Come to my graduation. Let's find out more on this story. So they are saying, they are a 41-year-old male. Happy birthday, mate. They have a son called Sam, who's 18. Happy birthday, Sam, who recently graduated from high school. This was a huge milestone, and we have been planning a special family dinner to celebrate. I was proud of him, and I wanted him the evening to be focused on his accomplishments. So it should be, as he worked so hard to get to his points. My brother, Alex, Boo, Alex. Has a bit of a history when it comes to family events. Okay, this sounds interesting. Every time he gets into a new relationship, he parades his new girlfriend around. He sounds like Lewis from Curb Your Enthusiasm. He's always got a new bird in it. Is your brother like that? Turning any occasion into meet the girlfriend night. It's happened so many times that it's become a running joke in the family. But this time, I wasn't in the mood for any distractions. He just started dating Lisa, who's 27-year-old female. Wow, she's almost 10 years younger than him. Is your brother really good looking or something, mate? A couple of months ago, I knew exactly how the night would go. Alex would introduce her to everyone like she's the main event. Hugging conversations and making it about them rather than Sam. Your brother sounds like a real character. He's a type of character I would want in a sitcom. If I was going to write a sitcom, he would be that kind of person that I would want. I'll probably even get him to play it. And every time he'd return up to rehearsal, he'll definitely have a genuine new girlfriend. He carries on. I asked him not to bring her to the dinner. I told him it wasn't personal, but I wanted the focus to be on Sam, not on his new relationship. I thought Alex would understand, but he just lost it. He called me selfish. Said I was jealous because he was happy again after his divorce and accused me of deliberately excluding him. My parents, always the peacemakers, got involved and started pressuring me to let go. They said Alex deserves to be happy and that Lisa should be welcomed with open arms. Yeah, that's fine. Your brother should be happy. His new girlfriend should be, hello, yeah, this is a family. Especially since Alex has been in a serious relationship since his divorce. But I can understand what your parents are saying, right? That they want him to get involved. Oh, he's got a new girlfriend, yeah, but he keeps doing it. That's what the issue is. If anything, your brother should have respect for his nephew, really, in a way. They made me feel like I was ruining the family harmony, but I stood my ground, good man. I wanted this night to be special for Sam, not another speculate about Alex's latest girlfriend. In the end, Alex refused to come without her, so I didn't invite him at all. Now my parents are furious, say I'm alienating my own brother over something petty, and Alex is spreading the word that I'm punishing him for being in love. Oh my God. Sam had a great night, that's good. I'm glad your son had a good night, but I can't shake the feeling that I've caused unnecessary drama. Some family members agree with me, but others say I could have just let him bring her to avoid conflict. I'm stuck wondering, was I wrong for drawing this line? Or is Alex the one who's making everything about himself yet again? Am I the a-hole? He asks. Right, straightforward, mate. No, you know your brother better than anyone else. He keeps bringing a girlfriend. He's showing her off. It's your son's big day, so it should all be focused on him. Fair enough. If she is a new girlfriend and he's very serious about her, there is no harm introducing her to the rest of the family, because eventually she's going to meet them anyway. But if he just keeps bragging about his girlfriend and how good looking she is, and I think I know what your brother's like, man. I think I'm kind of getting the picture. Like, it's all about him. So he wants that attention. And he doesn't like it if other people are getting that attention. Maybe I don't know, man. It's very difficult to say. I think the best thing you did is, like you said, you stood your ground and they'll get over it. Do you know what I mean? It's a very special occasion. Your son worked hard to get his degree in whatever it is he's doing. I hope he's doing well out there, wherever you guys are. I'm guessing you're in the USA. I really don't know. But, mate, the answer to your question is, no, you're not the a-hole. I want to do something. I want to do another topic, right? And then we'll go into the weird news story. And do you know what? I did like the other conspiracy theory. I did. The one about the oil. That the dad thought the oil comes from somewhere. I can't remember it now, but anyway. I thought, let me do a conspiracy theory. Because I saw this one. And I thought, it's a bit of a strange one. It's kind of like a stupid question. Anyway, let's just do it. Here it is. Conspiracy theory.
Conspiracy theories, what's real, what's fake? Conspiracy theories, what's real, what's fake? Conspiracy theories, what's real, what's fake?
Conspiracy theory. What's real, what's fake? This conspiracy theory has been posted by Do It for the Chuckles. I like that username. Do It for the Chuckles. Do It for the Chuckles has asked, chip companies are actively reducing the amount of seasoning they use. Ha ha ha! Is this a conspiracy theory? Do you think that chip companies or restaurants in general are using cheaper or less spices than they normally would? If that makes any sense at all. I've actually thought about this. I think it was, I had chips from somewhere. I couldn't remember, man. And I thought, I was trying it and I thought, there's something about this. It just doesn't taste like it usually does. I think they probably don't reduce the amount of seasoning they use. They probably gone for a cheaper brand. Unless they're talking about crisps. Because you're in the USA, obviously, I can tell now. I've had a quick glance at the further question he's asking. He's on about crisps. We call them crisps in the UK. But you guys call them potato chips. And we call chips fries. But our fries are bigger and thicker. So they're known as chips. Now, this is a whole conspiracy itself. Why do we call it crisps when you guys call it chips? When it's not a chip, because a chip to us is potato. Although the crisp is made out of potato. I've just confused myself for no apparent reason at all. So he's on about crisps. So I'm going to read this in the UK way. Crisp companies are actively reducing the amount of seasoning they're using. I don't know, man. Maybe they are. I can't tell. I mean, I do eat crisps now and again. In a way, I think you're right, man. Walkers, there's a brand in the UK called Walkers. I don't know what they're called in the US. They're probably Walkers there, or Lays. I think they're known as Lays in Asia. I found it's like a different taste now. I don't know if anyone agrees with me, but does anyone notice that it's not like the crisps that we used to get? It's like chocolate, right? Chocolate in the UK, Cadbury's one of the best chocolate brands in the United Kingdom. Since the Americans took over it, it's not the same anymore. I've mentioned this many, many times. And I think that's because of it's to do with the ingredients they've put in to the chocolate. So it tastes like it's a cheaper powdered milk type of substance they've put in the chocolate. And I wouldn't be surprised if they do that to crisps or chips in the US. Maybe they have. I think they have. I've talked far too long. I need to know what Do It for the Chuckles is on about. He said this theory is twofold. One, they want their crisps to appear not as unhealthy, so they put less salt in. But the thing is, you've got to eat more of it to get that flavour, which makes you buy more of it. What a clever industry. When I was a kid, those Doritos had so much flavour. I even remember seeing the seasoning on it, especially that one special chip. Of course, this could be a product of tolerance. We've just gotten used to salty things, but I don't eat crisps a lot. Maybe once a week. I don't think it's the case. I think they're actively doing it. I feel like they're over here messing with us. Instead of getting that flavour hit off one Dorito, you gotta grab a mouthful or just eat one after the other until you get the taste. Now I understand what you're saying. I think I do agree with you. Crisp companies in the UK, I think they've using just cheaper products, mate. So it's not really a conspiracy. I think it's more of a saving technique of money, which is what they're doing. So they've reduced the packet size. I don't know if they've done that in the US, but in the UK, they keep reducing the size of the portions we get. We used to get like a really big packet of crisps or chips, whatever you want to call it. And that was like years ago. But now it just keeps getting smaller and smaller. One day, there'll be a time, I'm not even kidding you, you go in the shop to buy a packet of chips, crisps, whatever you want to call it again, and you'll open it and there'll be just one chip. You'll be like, what? There's only one in here? Yeah, this is how much we've reduced the flavour and the quantity that you're going to get. I wouldn't be surprised, man. That's what's going to happen. I've actually got a box of Walkers right next to me. It's not on purpose. It's just in the room that I do this recording. So I've got it here. It is Walker's Seriously Salt and Vinegar crisps, as we call them in the UK. Now this packet is only 25 grams. So there's 25 grams of crisps, chips, whatever you want to call it again, in here. And I remember, I'm sure there used to be about 35 grams in here. I'm sure there was. And it's only a tiny packet. You open it, there's nothing in there. It's just full of air. You open it, it's full of air. That's it. You're paying for air now. That's the conspiracy. That's what should be on here. You're paying for air. So, as I promised, I am going to do the weird news. The weird news story today. I saw it and I was like, this is the one. This is the one to finish today's podcast. I think it's from the UK. I don't know. The reason I say that is because it's been put up on a United Kingdom newspaper website. So I'm hoping it is UK related. But who knows? It's probably going to be the USA. I love you guys in the US because you are my second most listeners out there. I mean, majority of you are in the UK, and then I've got a couple just like spread it all over the globe, just like one here, one there. Do you know what I mean? I've got one every corner. But anyway, let's just do this story. So, I'm going to have to play this music again, I think, because otherwise it's going to be really weird if I don't. Let's see what today's weird news story is. A taxidermist turns rats into sexy showgirls with nipple covers and fake eyelashes. Oh my God. Taxidermist has got herself into OnlyFans. But it's just do with animals. Only rats, it should be called. A mother who transforms frozen rats into sexy showgirls with coloured feathers, handmade nipple covers and fake eyelashes has said her novelty taxidermy business regularly requires a 12-hour day to keep it up with demand. People are buying this, man. People are going crazy to see these sexy showgirl rats. Caitlin Hillis, shout out to Caitlin Hillis. She's 36 years old. Happy birthday, Caitlin. Runs a business called Showtime Taxidermy from her home, where she sells quirky and bizarre rats for £148, which is probably roughly around $200, I think. The rodents are dressed and posed as glam performers, and it all began during a craft night 4 years ago. Caitlin said, "We watched videos online and we made our first taxidermy together. Me, my daughter, my sister, and it was comically bad, But we loved it. We had such a good time. We did it again and then we made others. And the natural step was, let's make it sexy and fun and add costumes. After posting pictures online, Caitlin received people were not only delighted to see a creation, but they wanted to buy them as well. And Showtime Taxidermy was born. Since then, she has been blown away by her business popularity, selling the preserved rats online at oddities and curiosities expos around the US. She is from the US, surprise, surprise. She said when people come up to me, they gasp or they clutch their pearls when they see what I have made, and they get really excited. I love it so much. It still blows my mind that my artwork is all over the country. I think I've got one in almost every state now. It's a really cool feeling to be weird. It is, that's true. To do something different and to have so many people enjoying it. That's my favourite part for sure. Since she was young, Caitlin said she enjoyed visiting museums, seeing the animals in real life, but she never dreamed that she would one day become a taxidermist. Previously working as a wedding photographer and a graphic designer, she thought taxidermy was too specialised and not conducive to working from home. However, when her daughter suggested they try preserving smaller animals such as rats during a craft night, the idea for her business was formed. When people think about taxidermy, I think they mostly picture deer and game animals. And just to simplify it, let's say that take 100 steps, she said. The rats take 20 steps and the process is less complicated. And because I'm doing one thing over and over again, I'm really able to hone my abilities. I started out with videos online, then I started practicing, and they've just become cuter and cuter over time. Caitlin explained that she buys the rats frozen from an ethical local breeder who supplies food for zoos, and she keeps them in the large freezer. The rats cost $4 each, but Caitlin ensures there is a little waste as possible as a friend uses the bones to make jewellery. Huh? Rat jewellery. I've got to see that one. With materials such as clay, foam and wire, Caitlin puts the skins in borax, which is preservative, and then it shapes the skin around her desired mould, and then she lets them solidify. Caitlin said the rats' poses are inspired by acrobats, burlesque performers, and belly dancers, but tailored to suit the animals' smaller limbs is part of their charm. The drying process typically takes 2 to 3 weeks, and then she adds decorations like coloured feathers, rhinestones, velvet, fake eyelashes, and she even makes her own signature nipple, covering the rats with 6 on each animal. I'm crossing into these multiple territories where people who do like taxidermy like my work because it's fun and it's whimsical, and people don't necessarily like taxidermy are drawn into it because, like that, it's pretty and it's glamorous. The whole process takes about a month, she says, from start to finish, but she completes her work in batches, meaning sometimes she has done about 100 rats around her home. I don't have a big house, so when I stockpile growing, the place that I put them is in my laundry room, and I've hung down rods across the room so I can hang them. That's what I've got going on. But I've just got this tunnel to my washing machine and my dryer, and the rest is just rats. That's my world. While she questions whether she'll be making rats into her old age, she said she's currently riding the wave and wants to continue providing joy and fun to her customers. It's the coolest job in the world. I get to be creative, I get to be artistic, I get to have my own schedule, and she has to interact with awesome people, and I couldn't improve on this. And she says she loves it. Yep, she absolutely loves it. So, a taxidermy who has just turned these rats into very sexy animals. I mean, they look like something that you see on Ratatouille. Ratatouille? it is the end of the podcast. I hope you enjoyed it. Remember, if you're coming to see me and Joe Enright, it is on Monday, the 7th of October. It'd be great to see you there. Hope you enjoyed today's episode. Baby Shakes.